everyone's saying I'm so desperate to be a part of Girl World, and I'm like, bro, I'm not desperate to be a part of Girl World. I am a consumer of Girl World. I like attention. I'm a clout chaser. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, guys, I don't like attention. I'm traumatized. I'm mentally ill. And I have a lot of fucking problems. I like attention. I didn't get enough as a child. Sue me. Mr. Snowflake already made a video? That means I'm probably gonna be mentioned in Jordy's live tonight. Man, some of these reaction channels are just so fucking reckless. When it comes to Girl World, fuck this shit, I'm out.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Hey everybody, it's Busy Little Bee. Welcome back to my channel. Rosie's been MIA. Thank goodness. I hope she actually does take some time off for a while because she was starting to lose it again, I think. So what we're doing today is we're taking a look at what was a 3-hour live stream originally from June 14th, 2024. And I got it clipped down to about 15 minutes worth of clips. And we're just going to see how things have changed because this was when Rosee was still on her health journey and she was still wearing a mask and pretending to be someone she's not. And she still does that from time to time, but her mask is mostly off these days. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
What up, everybody? It's been quite a week this week. Had some really cool ups, had some shady downs, you know, 'tis life. Yes, you're behind a desk? I'm so sorry to hear that. I think I mentioned this in my last live. I didn't really like vlog me going to a couple job interviews or anything, but I did that and I got a job offer that I'm excited about, I'm happy about. I'm hoping it's gonna be good, but I'm just nervous about working in general. The commute's gonna be kind of long.
I believe the job she's speaking of is when she later offers rides or gives rides to a coworker and then dropped her off in some parking lot at night by herself because she didn't give her $10 or $15 or something. The job doesn't go real well.
But yeah, I cut like, I don't know, like this much hair off probably. But this is my preferred length. This is like my preferred hairdo. I mentioned this guy briefly because I think I met him literally last week. I've been talking to this guy a lot more frequently. And it's going well. I'm hopeful. He's cute. Did I mention he's 6'8"? That's crazy.
There's always a romantic interest with Rosee. Always. And the guy is always tall.
No, he's not local, but he's a truck driver by profession. I think that it's really important for people to have confidence, and it was something that I had to choose. This wasn't something I think I was born with.
I don't think anyone's just born with confidence. I think it's something a lot of people have to work on to varying degrees. But no one's just born with confidence.
Maybe in a sense I was, but I kind of had it like not literally beaten out of me as a child, but low-key spiritually beaten out of me.
For someone who claims to be so careful with her words, I think that was not very careful with her words. Beaten out of her spiritually, I knew she had a bad experience with the Mormon church, but holy hell.
When something scares me, when something is really hard for me, I just try to approach it in small baby steps, and I try to force myself to do it and push myself outside of my comfort zone.
What happened to this version of Rosee? Where did she go? This is not who she is today at all.
Am I still friends with some people from the extreme body positivity community? So my best friend of like over 10 years, we met through that community, but she left well before I did. I am still friends and mutual with people that are actively in the community, some of which I just haven't unfollowed. Sometimes I keep people just to remember where I came from. And I think some of them haven't like caught wind of who I am today. So I don't know. Or if they have, they just choose to, hey, there you are. There's Chris. That's what I was talking about.
This is another friendship she lost. She is no longer friends with Chris. But the way she's speaking here, I wonder how she would look at herself today, going on Xiomara's live, being around all those people who are still in that space, and claiming that she's trying to lose weight.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sell bullshit. That's just not who I am. I know some people think I'm a liar because they just choose not to believe the things that I say, but I'm not.
The following is a small snippet from a tabloid interview she did in March of 2025. Go ahead and listen to what she says. Mind you, she still has diabetes to this day. When I went to visit my doctor, he gave me the news I'd been hoping for. I was no longer diabetic? What?
You know, I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I have always wanted to just go the full fuck it and shave my head moment.
Do it! That would be such a fun arc.
And I just don't know if I'm gonna do it when my mother's alive because I don't want to give her a heart attack. I make the kind of content that I love to watch. I love unboxing videos. I love grocery hauls. I love shop with me's. And I'm gonna continue making them.
The only thing she does now out of those things is the grocery hauls, and we know why. Her content has become food, 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 and Remy.
And what would your dream dress look like? Oh my god. Oh, easy answer. The dancing scene from Beauty and the Beast, where Bella's wearing the yellow dress. That entire cosplay would be my dream.
I really wish she would stop talking about that because we know how she wanted to portray Belle.
People, I don't know who Punky Brewster is.
Every time I turn around, I see the girl who turns my world around, standing there.
So it's one thing if a guy likes to buy you food or buy your meals because he's being gentlemanly and he's like wanting to be a provider. That's a whole other thing. If, for me, there's a couple of things. For one, there's like a certain look in the eyes of somebody when they're like watching you eat. If you feel like they're watching you eat and like there's some kind of objectification going on, that's a red flag.
This just makes me wonder about how she makes Remy eat on video chat while they're talking. Like, what way is she looking at him and why does she have to watch him eat?
If someone's watching you eat in a way that like is weird, that's a thing to be concerned about, especially when it's like food that they didn't make. So it's a fine line when like you have someone that's in your life where maybe they are a chef, they really love to cook, like food's a passion for them as a chef, and it's not a sexual thing, but they enjoy watching people try and eat their food. That is not what I'm talking about. And that's something that is kind of, you have to decipher on a case-by-case basis if that's something you're concerned about. I've had men who would like literally grab my arm fat, you know, shit like that. If you realize that someone's cooking for you and they're purposefully using extremely high calorie ingredients in large quantities that can be easily hidden, like certain types of oils, the highest level fat in milk, creams, things like that.
I had questions on my last video about Rosee about whether or not she is into this feeding stuff. And the more she says, the more I'm questioning. Please tell me I'm not alone in this.
Those are also, when you put it in with other reasons, because sometimes people just cook like they're fat. You know what I mean? One of the biggest side fetishes of this world is something that they call belly play, which is something that was one of my biggest like money making contents that I made. It's very very popular. It's one of the most popular forms of like non-food feeder content. But anyway, so yeah, I've been talking to this new guy. I think I mentioned it earlier in this live. I'm excited about it.
It's really odd to me how she went from talking about feeders to talking about the new guy she was talking to.
We had a really long video chat last night, and I feel good about it. I'm not going to get too into it because it's newer, but I'm really into it. When was your last relationship with a woman? I've been with women, but I haven't like had a full-on relationship with a woman. I'd love to. But frankly, men are easier. That's one of the reasons why I've been pumping out so much content, is just like, I have the time, you know?
I mean, let's be real. She's had the time for the last year, year and a half, and she has not been pumping out content. She just sits in her kitchen, eats, cooks, and talks about food.
I can't, like, I can't believe this is my life. Like, you know, I do this because I love it. I don't make enough money to sustain myself. I don't do this for the money. I do this because this is my dream.
Where did this energy go? I want to know where this energy went. Because YouTube was her dream, but she hasn't tried for a very long time. How long did it take to get those Texas vlogs out? Like 3 months?
Have you watched Charlie Gold and her comeback? So I never watched Charlie Gold before her comeback. I've only heard like rumblings on the Twitter sphere from both sides. I didn't really have an opinion on any of that. I don't know her history, so like if anyone's against her, I don't know her history. But from what I've seen so far of her most recent videos, I'm really impressed by her. I really like her. So I have mad respect for Charlie Gold, and I hope she continues to kick ass, and I wish her well.
I'm pretty sure those views have changed solely because Charlie Gold talks about her. That's the only reason why.
And then eventually I went through all that shit. I went through my breakup. I moved here. I healed. I did all these things. I get here eventually. I went through some other shit, and I finally decided that I was going to start my dream. I was going to start a YouTube channel. And here we are. I used to go to Fat People Hate. Not to hate, but to look. I was so scared I was going to be on there one day. Yeah. It was fucked up. There was a week once where I was 7 of the top 25 posts of the week.
I don't think that's something to really be proud of, but she seems proud of this.
And I'm 95% sure that was because of my stalker. OMG, that's so awful. What the fuck? They stalked you? Yeah, and I think it started out with my stalker, multiple fake accounts, I'm pretty sure, and then it just evolved into like a full-on gang stalking situation. It was really unfortunate.
Again, the usage of words so incorrectly. She does not understand what gang stalking is or means. Also, I hate having to point this out every time, but she always calls him my stalker, my stalker. The first thing the police tell you when you report stalking is do not acknowledge them and do not use any owning language like my stalker.
They were trying to dox me and stuff. It was a whole thing. It was really traumatic. I posted photos of me on Instagram in a bikini, and so a bunch of accounts started spamming my photos with the hashtag free shamu. And I'm pretty sure they did that because I told a story about how that was screamed at me in the hallways in high school and stuff. I'm pretty sure it was targeted that way. And yeah, so like I'm talking thousands of posts. No, I got my stalker to fuck off. I did something I call reverse doxing. I got his personal details through a background check because once I realized how evil he was, I got him to trust me, and I got him to get like, he has slowly sprinkled enough information. And when it came time for me to finally remove him from my life, and he retaliated like I knew he would, I went ahead and sent one of his fake profiles that I knew was fake because he showed it to me in 2013, the information, and I basically told him, if you don't fuck off and leave me alone forever, I'll ruin your life, because the police weren't helping me. And since then, I've been left alone.
Obviously, I wasn't there, so I don't know if this is true or not, but this just does not ring as true to me. This does not sound like something an evil person would back down to. At all, in the least. It seems to me like she tried to create a situation and then make herself the hero, but I don't know that that's true. That's just my speculation.
I never published any of the information. I just gave him a taste of his own medicine. That was in 2021, if I remember correctly. Babe, I'm like under 500 pounds. I'm too skinny for 600-pound life. Coaching's going good. My most recent coaching session that I filmed, I ended up deleting the video because I actually had too many vlogs and I just didn't fucking feel like editing it. And I might not record them for a hot minute because I am I'm not forever not talking about health again, but I am going to be lessening the amount of videos regarding my health.
This is such an Amber move to pull. She was seeing some health coach or something, and obviously it wasn't going her way, so she stopped doing it.
And like I said, I'm not pulling I'm never talking about it again move. I'm taking a break. I know for a fact Amber has watched me. She DM'd me back in October. She told me that she thought I was cute and loved my content. I then told her I was a Zachary Michael fan. I've mentioned this in the past in different videos. I don't know if she still watches me. Wouldn't surprise me if she fucked off after she found out I'm a Zachary Michael fan, but we corresponded a little bit.
My, how things have evolved in the last 2 years.
Most recently, I made like a ground pork enchilada and bean mixture per serving is like 44 grams of protein. I use protein drink mixes. I make the protein pudding, some videos that I've got coming out of the different recipes I've been trying, things like that. I just try to make sure and structure meals around protein. Like I structure the protein and then I figure everything else around it based on like what I'm craving and what I want. And I also add peanut powder to my shakes and my proteins as well, my protein puddings as well. I'm not gonna go into detail about the job because some of y'all are fucking crazy. Not my audience, honestly, but some of y'all watching are fucking crazy. And I don't want to get myself doxxed, so I've already said this, so I'll say this. It's an inbound sales position, which I've done before, and I'm not bad at inbound sales actually. It's not been my favorite field to work in, but the money can be really good. So you make commissions off your work, yeah, on top of hourly, yeah. So it's a really good job, and I get a crazy benefit. I'm scared to say what the benefit is because it might pinpoint the field, and I'm trying to be vague, but I get a crazy benefit. I may mention it in the future, but for now I'm not, because the other reality of the situation is, hi, I'm still disabled.
I don't believe she made it past the 90-day minimum of being there to actually get those benefits.
The reality is I may not maintain this job, and I'm trying to frame my mind that is not going to happen, but I'm also trying to align my expectations that it's definitely a possibility. I felt some type of way when he moved to Norway, but
I wonder why she felt some type of way about her dad moving to Norway.
yeah, it's different because it's I normally do shop with me's more than I do grocery hauls.
Well, that's not the case at all anymore. Now it's just grocery hauls, cooking, eating, and grocery hauls.
Florence, thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm so glad you're here. Yay. I don't know if you gifted any because I guess it's not telling me, but I don't care about that. Thank you so much for like joining at all. I really appreciate it. I don't know if I worded that right. I hope you know what I meant.
To me, that seemed like she expected her to gift memberships. It seems to me Rosee puts expectations out there and then is like, I don't expect that though.
I think that it's important to keep people in your life that are critical of your missteps, not necessarily critical of you as a person, because that can be where things get toxic, but I don't want yes men. Florence, do you want to be a YouTube mod? Torrid is having a sale. I don't got money for Torrid right now.
That fucking face. Tell me she's not dry begging here. Come on! This is hella dry begging.
Maybe after a few checks. And if I can get some friends to give me some Torrid cash, honestly. I will say, Torrid has sponsored me in the past on Instagram. I made a video for them. They sent me some clothes once. And I had obviously had Torrid for a while. But it is expensive. So, like, they have good Black Friday sales. The Torrid Cash stuff can be good sometimes. Oh! 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 Sorry. My pool is, like, dirtier than it should be.
She said this after hour 2 in the pool, by the way. She suddenly noticed 2 hours after she got in there, there's a lot of dirt in here.
But I am journaling more. I am, like, meditating more. I am, like, scheduling more time off of my phone, off of social media. It's very important for me and my health. There's not a lot that I don't know about the internet because I've kind of lived my life on it. I like Will's joke too, especially when they're awkward, right? For the longest time, like, no tea, no shade, I thought he was gay.
I don't know why she said it like that, but she said it like it was a bad thing almost. And maybe she just didn't mean to have her tone be like that, but that's also a very weird thing to think about someone. When I look at someone, I generally don't wonder what their sexuality is.
I'm still here. I'm still chilling. We are getting close to, I think, the 3-hour mark, which this might be the longest live I've ever done. I was like, I don't know. I don't even feel that chatty today. I probably won't even be live for 30 minutes. What I'm doing is a forever thing. What I'm doing right now is forever.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
We've seen her health, her mobility, and her mental health spiral in the last year, year and a half.
I'm a liar.
Period.
Do you find documenting your weight loss journey online helpful? I'm trying to figure out my own motivation for it. Yes, you do have to be ready for the bullshit, and you have to be ready for how that'll impact you. And it's not for the weak.
Maybe that's the reason she didn't succeed at it. She's weak. I don't know. She said it was helpful for her, but she expected everyone to believe what she said at face value with no proof. Rosee has always been a good speaker. She can talk like she knows exactly what to do and is going to do it, is working on it, and she will have done nothing, taken none of the steps. I've watched her do it for about 3 years now.
The people that like my long content are going to be excited about this replay. They're going to be like, 3 hours, hell yeah. And then some people are going to be like, oh my God, 3 fucking hours. Are you kidding? This bitch won't shut up.
Yeah, I was one of those in the latter category, but I like clipping these streams down for viewers and other reactors. It just makes it a lot easier, and it takes out a lot of her word salad and dead air and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. I like these retro Rosies. I hope she will stay away for a while, actually, so we can catch up on some of the stuff we've missed over the years. Let me know what you guys thought about all this down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.